Hey guys, Huzzy here bringing you another video. Now welcome to another episode of Spotting Pros. Today we are watching SKT T1 Teddy, so the AD carrier player to SKT T1, and yes, he is playing Kayle. Now the reason why I selected this replay is I'm recording this on the technical first day of Worlds, where the actual, after the play-ins, the likes of SKT, RNG and all those are playing. The first game happened, and I'm not going to give the result away because, even though this episode's being uploaded probably 5 days later, he played Kayle Bot lane in that game. And I'm not kidding, in this matchup. I'm not sure if the support was the same. I'll actually look it up for everybody. No, so the support was slightly different. So in the game, it was SKT versus Fnatic. Fnatic, Reckless and Hylissang ran Garen, Yuumi, which they're against. And Kayle... Teddy played Kayle with a Nautilus. So this time it's with a brand. But, what is interesting to me is this game was played a while ago, yesterday or whatever, before, obviously, they played versus Fnatic. My thought process, potentially, was this the game that made Teddy go, oh, let's do this? If Fnatic was like, oh, we're playing Garen Yuumi, what happens this game could have made Teddy go, we can make it work now in Worlds. That's kind of cool, right? This could be the game. So we'll see how it goes. The game on average, I'll have a little look for everybody just so everybody's aware because I know people like to know. So there is a bit of poke there. So this game is on average a Grandmaster game. Teddy, again, that just shows the MMR. It's a Grandmaster on average game, and Teddy right now is Diamond 1 in Promotion Series to Master. He's only played around roughly 30 games on the US. He's got a 74% win rate, but his MMR is already Grandmaster. So it does take E-level 1 to get that, obviously, range damage. Now, the question that a lot of people have is, Huz, you don't like mages bot lane. What about Kayle? I don't know. I'm weirdly okay with Kayle because she is kind of not like a full mage. It's risky to play her because she's melee before level 6, but then she does kind of, if you kind of think about it, become relatively an AD carry at level 6. She's an auto attack based champion at level 6. So to me, it's interesting. I think it could work versus a natural AD carry? I'm not sure. I think she'd potentially get bullied too much, but this is where my thought process of maybe he was like, oh, I could try this now. I've been thinking about it, and I'm against a Garen. Garen, if you're unaware, why is this a thing? I think it's really bad. Generally, again, whether you agree or not, I think it's used for teams and players that don't think they could beat their lane opponent in the straight 2v2. So it's kind of a cheese thing. It's more of a team thing as well. And Garen, love him or hate him, he is a very good carrier for Yuumi. Like, Yuumi attaches to someone. Garen is very good at that role. He runs at people, he's got his W, he spins. He's good at that role. A Yuumi attaches to him, uses her ultimate, Garen can get on top and spin. Yeah, it works quite well, but it is a cheese, obviously. Now, technically, Kayle bot lane could be a cheese, but I definitely think it's less of a cheese, weirdly. Alright, not too much aggression coming out the Garen as of right now. By the way, there should be a couple people you recognize in this game. So No Way on the enemy team. We played against No Way a couple times in Twitch Rivals. Crazy, amazing, good player. And also, I will say, genuine nice guy. After one of the game in Twitch Rivals, there was one game I played Diana versus him, and it went very bad. He played Gangplank. And there was another game I played Vel'Koz versus his Corki, and I actually beat him in lane. After the Diana game, I sent him a message, was like, hey, I just played you as Diana in Twitch Rivals. Is there anything I could have done against you? And I wasn't expecting a reply, because, it's No Way. It's a guy that gets 10,000 Twitch viewers, ex-pro, 1,000 LP challenger player. No, he replied. He was really nice. And he was like, you played it okay. There was legit nothing you could do again as a Diana versus Grass Gangplank without your jungler. And I was like, oh. So, again, I don't know if he was just trying to make me feel good, but he was really nice. So, hats off to No Way for being genuinely a nice guy, because my experience sometimes of the big end people in the League of Legends world, they're not the nicest, some of them at least. But anyway, Kayle does teleport into the lane, which does surprise me, by the way, because why would you teleport when your brand isn't with you, Because to me, that was kind of a wasted teleport. I don't even think Kayle got one or two farm. So to me, could have just saved the could have saved the teleport. Don't think they really needed to use it there, but whatever. It is also worth noting that Inferno Dragon is the first dragon, and considering the enemy team has got a Lee Sin versus Mundo, they very much have the early game advantage so far. Brand doing a bit of damage. Return on the Kayle. Is, by the way, still going Kleptomancy, even though she's going bot lane Kayle. Brand a little bit out of position here. Is going to take a little bit of damage. Kayle, if you notice the positioning, gets in the way of the Garen and the Brand, just to basically be like a stop. You know, you shall not pass, Gandalf style, just to make sure the Brand doesn't get killed, because, you know, that would suck. Also recognize Chroma 2. I believe we've done someone with that name who is a pro boot camping as well. The final thing I'll check is, yeah, I do believe that is duo queue. So is Chroma 2... I'll literally look it up right now. I know we've done a replay of someone with that summoner name, but considering these pros, none of them are actually going by their name. It's really annoying to actually keep up with who the hell everybody is. No Way does get killed in the mid lane. So Chroma 2 is Khan, SKT T1 Khan. This game he's playing jungle, obviously got auto-filled, and him and Teddy are duo queuing, which I bet is a bit of a rare duo, AD carry and bot and top lane. Big play happening. Okay, let's just pause it just to break everything down. Enemy mid lane, friendly mid laner to Teddy, nowhere near. Teleport coming in. Well, that has to be No Way. He's the only TP on the enemy team. Lee Sin already engaging on the Mundo. Khan, as the Mundo, is already pretty low health. And then the engage from Garen. But, again, engage, he is quite low. He might die if he's not careful. So let's see how this goes. Right, Garen going full all in. Kayle, as you can see in this time, auto-attacking just continuously. Double kill for the Kayle. Well, not double. Gets help with a double. At this time, it's taken this long. Qiyana is now in the area. Kayle is just trying to survive, running away. No Way will go down. Lovely Lee Sin play, but does get killed in a trade. And No Way will get one kill, but also die. That is a big fight. Massive fight, actually, for this time of the game. Advantage the blue team. Nice that the Qiyana did follow the roam, by the way, because there's a lot of mid laners that would have just stuck mid lane and be like, I can't get there. Wow. Randomly, the top laner from red team has made their way to bot lane and won't get the double kill. Mundo just survives. Garen now coming. I would actually be careful of basing in this bush because he could be very quick. But yeah, wow. Incredibly far. Like, that's the enemy top without teleport, by the way, and she makes her way down to bot lane. That's kind of incredible. Holy moly. What? So now build-wise, by the way, this is where I think there is a differentiation between bot lane Kayle and, let's say, top lane Kayle. Top lane Kayle very much favours, from what I've seen, usually a Hextech Gunblade first item. If you're against something tanky, you might go for a Blade of the Ruined King. Garen going with a bit of return damage. Again, Kayle not level 6 yet. But yeah, generally, you're going your Gunblade first item or your Blade of the Ruined King. Bot lane, I think, is very much bigger on attack speed quicker. Lee Sin gets red, which is very good for red team. I think attack speed is a lot more valuable, obviously, as the AD carry role. Now level 6, and now Kayle has turned into an AD carry, technically. Kinda. Obviously not AD, but yeah, so I think attack speed is more valuable, so they will go for the... I've gone blank, whatever it's called. What's it called? Gnasher's Tooth. There we go, I remembered. They'll do that first, and then again, I don't know what they're going to go from then on. If I had to guess, I think they'll just do a standard Kayle build. They might do a Gunblade after. They could do a Lichbane if they wanted it. Runen is on the table as well. But yeah, right. So Rampage Qiyana, very good. Farm. What I will say is impressive to me, and it's partially impressive and partially not at the same time, is the farm of Teddy. So we just watched Uzi, and obviously him on Kai'Sa, his farm was incredible, but obviously playing an AD carry. Kai'Sa had range from the beginning of the game. This game, Kayle, she's like nearing the point of double farm to the opponent. Now, I think the biggest advantage here isn't really Teddy himself on Kayle. I think it's the support. Well, it's the Garen pick, obviously, but it's the brand. I genuinely think it's because the brand. Meanwhile, the ultimate comes through. One more bounce. That will not get the kill. Very close. He nearly got himself killed there. Kayle might go for this. Will go for it. Does get a kill and gets a double kill. Nice aggression level. Lovely play. And they will kill both of them. So yeah, this Garen pick is just not really working. And if I'm honest, I haven't really ever seen it work. It's kind of like an ADTF for me. A good person, I think, knows how to counter it. So I do genuinely believe... this could be the game that made kind of Teddy go, oh, let's do this in Worlds if it happens. But also, I didn't watch the game earlier. Well, I didn't watch Champion Select of that game earlier. I didn't catch who picked into who. So I don't know if Fnatic picked Garen Yuumi and then he went, oh, I'm going to pick Kayle, or was he just going to do Kayle anyway? My guess was they picked Garen Yuumi and he picked into it, and definitely this game would have made him kind of go, ooh, it works quite well. Now, the only differentiation, as we mentioned, is that in the pro game, it was a Nautilus, not a brand. Well, this solo queue game, like I was hinting, a minute ago, I actually think the biggest difference is the brand. I think the brand has kept the Garen and stuff at bay more than the Kayle has so far, of just like, Garen is a running champion, as we all know. He runs in a straight line. It's such an easy stun for a Grandmaster brand to hit. It's stupidly easy for him to hit. So you're giving him a free stun and, the sheer damage that Brand does. I really think Brand is really good as this duo. Now, is Brand a competitive support anymore? Probably not. Does get punished maybe a bit too much by ganks, and obviously the Lee Sin hasn't been bot lane too much. And that's maybe the answer, that Lee Sin should have ganked bot lane a lot more, possibly. But they go Nautilus. Now, why Nautilus instead of Brand in pro play? It kind of does the same thing. All you're looking for to stop the cheese Garen Yuumi pick is to stop the Garen. Because, again, he's just the carrier for Yuumi. So all you want him to do is stop. So whether that's a stun from Brand or an auto attack from Nautilus, an the slow from Nautilus, the ult from Nautilus, it's all just to stop. Like, here we go. Boom, running at you. And that's exactly my point. Again, I haven't seen this coming. It's just how this is going to work. Garen's trying to run at you, and he's going to get stopped for free, basically, by the Brand. Now, big play happening. Kayle ultimate comes through. Tower dive is happening, worth noting. Unstoppable. Mundo is tanking it. They will... Oh, Kayle will go down in the end because Veigar does make his way into the fight. And, no way, even though the Kiana is stronger right now, don't underestimate a Veigar. He is a very strong champion. When he can just one-shot everything. Now, obviously, a good counter to that is Kayle ultimate, but if you are patient on a Veigar, you can wait out the ultimate and kill anything you really want. Garen TPing now to mid lane, going for a bit of farm, while Veigar goes bot lane. But yeah, so far, so good. Also worth noting, I know this replay is about Teddy. Oh, they're going to get caught in the end. Overstay happening. Wow, lovely. So there we go. There's a perfect example. Veigar damage just absolutely murders the Brand and nearly kills the Kiana. Worth noting, Veigar not going the Glacial Augment rune, still running the GLP. It's just such a good item on Veigar that, yeah, it is worth getting even without the GLP item. You don't need, you don't need Glacial Augment on Veigar. Go for a damage like Electrocute, etc. Go for that. Do more damage in the end. And run. You're not going to buy both of them, I doubt. I doubt you're buying both of them. Teleport behind the Kayle, very much caught out now. Has to run up to the Kiana, but the Garen can't keep up because of the Scuttle Crab movement speed in the river. But again, that's No Way. Look how aggressive No Way is playing this game. It's always good to see. But yeah. Now, where is the enemy team's problematic this game with comp? So, we haven't even spoken that there's a Vladimir in top lane for blue team. There's a Mundo, Kiana, Kayle, Brand. That's a lot of late game scaling. Yes, you don't have an AD carry, and normally that would be your weakness if you're not taking an AD carry, but neither does the enemy team. Now, this is why there's something like Garen Yuumi is probably terrible for solo queue, is to make Garen Yuumi work pretty well, or at least I believe, you need to, you're sacrificing an AD carry for playing Garen. So if you watched, or do watch the SKT game, they played Tristana mid, Faker played Tristana mid, and allowed Teddy to play Kayle in the bot lane. So you're not missing anything, because Kayle's an AP kind of carry. You're playing Tristana mid for the AD carry, so for your late game, you still have both types of carries. This Garen has a Veigar mid, because there's no coordination, you're in solo queue, so because you're playing Garen mid, you're suddenly missing a major part of your team comp, an AD carry. So that's pretty big. Kiana will go down to the Veigar. Again, No Way is very strong this game, and that was the first death by Kiana. Now, again, that's also, the flip side of that is also why Tristana mid is a terrible solo queue pick. Because, again, you're playing it. He just got another kill and a tower. Wow. That is also why, when you're playing Tristana mid, you're sacrificing an AP carry. So, you know, it's the kind of the same premise. Kayle goes for aggressive TP, damage coming through. Again, not too much damage yet with the Mundo. Wiz going to probably pick up the kill, but look at the Viger damage, nearly getting the kill, and double kill for Mundo. I'm sure Teddy probably would have wanted them, but Khan probably laughing at him going, nah, I got them all. Unfortunately, no Kayle ultimate to save, and they will just back out for now. So yeah, that's kind of the point. Is for those people that have been a bit confused recently, like why Tristana mid in pro play, why Garen with Yuumi in bot lane, it's because they both can work, but they need teammates and team comps to complement them. And that's also why on the flip side, yes, I'm sure you can watch someone do well on Tristana mid in solo queue, but it's never something that you'd really advise. Actually, really good positioning there by Teddy. Enemy team will kill him because of the flash, but he realized what was happening. You know, that was the ward to kick him into the tower more. So he tries to deny it, and without the Lee Sin flashing, he might have been able to get away. It was just unfortunate that Lee Sin did have flash up. But again, Kayle being pretty much a late game hyper carry, she is not at her strength right now as a champion. All in happening, no way taking a buttload of damage, is not going to die with the heals from Yuumi. Garen, again, doesn't really look like he can do anything. And again, that's a name that I recognize as well, but that might just be, you know, when we've been doing our challenger spectates over this like past season, that's a name that might have just popped up every now and then. Because, you know, challenger players especially generally stay in challenger. Master players bounce around a lot. You know, speaking as myself, when I was in Master, when I first got Master, I didn't think I was going to stay in Master. You know, sure, I didn't think I'd go all the way down that we are now, but yeah, like, generally safety is about Grandmaster. So yeah, because like, you're in Master 100 LP, it sounds crazy, but one bad day of solo queue, you're no longer Master. So yeah. Right, so going over with the build is a Nashor's Tooth, now into, ooh, what are you building? A Ginsu Rageblade maybe? But then also with a Negatron, which would be maybe a Wit's End? Possibly. Wit's End is actually a very good item that a lot of people don't realize. Very, very good. Right, so there's the Yuumi combining. Nice. Oh, wonderful. Okay, that's bad by No Way, but very good by Teddy. Will get the kill just. Level 11 Kayle, so now the bigger AoE damage comes through. You can see instantly the damage is higher. And yeah, so now the Kayle heat, no pun intended, is starting to show up. Because the level 11, you know, still an incredibly high scaling champion. Tower dive even happening on the Garen. The Garen just has literally 0 strength this game. Mundo tower diving does go down. Teddy continuing into the enemy base will go down. And yeah, that's worth. You got a double kill and the Yuumi killed you without anybody else getting an assist. While this, by the way, the brand is like, oh, you guys went for that? And just sat back and was like, oh, whoops. Maybe the brand should have continued. But he's just going to stay. He's going to farm a little bit himself. And we'll also pick up the mid lane tower. Now, the brand has also, by the way, got 37 farm. That's not a low amount, weirdly. So he has been picking up some nice farm. He's played quite well. You know, I would say he's had a relatively free lane as a brand versus a Garen. Because it's like, Garen runs at me. EQ. Oh, well, he's stunned. You know, for these players, that's very trivial to do. Just land a brand stun when someone's running at you in a straight line. Kayle gets a kill on Vladimir, which is a bit surprising. Does get the stun. Doesn't go for the W in time, but Kayle is coming for a flank TP. I presume that Kylie's just going to go for that kill, yeah. Go for the kill and try to survive after it. Will die, but at least she got the kill, and so she won't be too annoyed in her book. A lot of teleporters happening this game that are aggressive teleports, going to other lanes. Mundo might steal as the crab, which again is what he should do. The junglers, if you're unaware, do get more from scuttle crabs than laners do. If you're literally running smite, you, I believe, get more gold from a scuttle crab and more XP. It's just to help junglers out, obviously. So there's a big thing happening on bot side where the Kiana went down. And Kayle is just chilling in the mid. So going into mid-late game Kayle mode, which is all about pushing waves. Like, yeah, team fighting, obviously, but she is an absolute monster at pushing. Because obviously she's got a natural AoE for minions. She attacks really quick with her natural build. Is she going to kill it? Ooh, she does kill the tower. Garen does get his TP through. Mundo is now fighting. They're outnumbered. It's a 5v2 right now. Mundo not backing out in time, but look how tanky this man is, dude. He is still not dead, still not dead, still not dead because the Karma ultimate, and the Mundo doesn't die. So again, to those asking as well, why is Mundo played in the jungle at the moment? I actually think the biggest reason is because he just doesn't really die, and he's just such a big distraction. Like the meta at the moment, as most of you are aware, is more bot lane focused. Mid lane is starting to make a bit of an impact. But, you know, jungle has been there to just, like, help and get whatever lane ahead. So Viger gets another kill. So, yeah, jungle has been there to facilitate bot lane getting ahead or to get mid lane ahead. Generally not top lane, but that's kind of what the meta's been. And when you've got a Mundo, that, you know, his ganks aren't terrible. He slows, he's a distraction. And then he also is a massive brick wall for his AD carry or whatever in late game. Yeah, it's not bad. Potential cockiness coming out by Teddy here. Lee Sin flashing again for the kill. 3v1 right now. Does get one kill. Flashes away. Oh, my God. Oh, gets it. 3v1, baby. Gets a triple kill 3v1. So one... That was very good play by Teddy. And again, that wasn't perfect, by the way. If you notice, he did actually cancel an auto attack, if we're going to be critical. But that does show a couple things. One, the strength of Kayle, because a lot of people still think she's weak. Two, the weakness of Garen. And three, Lee Sin has also kind of fallen off. So, yeah, again, that's why scaling is important. That's why good players are important. But that was a lot of confidence, you know. Mundo is starting the Baron, which is a bit interesting. Starting it without the Kayle being up, which I would presume would actually be the bulk of their Baron damage. You know, Brand won't do bad damage, Vlad won't, but the Kayle is really the damage on the Baron. Also, no teleport for Kayle, so it's not like they can get there instantly. And they're continuing the Baron. This is actually complete, like, this is surprising to me, if I'm honest. No way with his QW combo if it lands. Lee Sin with a Smite Steal. Yeah, honestly, like, I'm not surprised that got stolen, if I'm honest. That, to me, was really surprising that they actually did it. Obviously, Khan isn't a jungler, and yeah, maybe this guy on the enemy team is a jungle main, so he's just better at smiting. But it's just weird. It was just weird timing. Your Kayle isn't with you, which is your bulk, you know, attack speed, objective damage. I don't know. That was weird. And, you know, the enemy jungler, the whole enemy team was alive at that point. That was odd. Right, doing a, you know, power farming, I'd say, is the word now. And again, that's been the impressive thing for me watching a lot of these pros. The amount of farm that they get is just crazy. Yuumi ultimate. So silence does just instantly just burn. Like, look at the damage, dude. Look at the damage. Burning the Yuumi. I know that's not too impressive because it's a Yuumi, but really high damage. Like, build-wise, again... some of the items that we did predict goes for a Nashor's first, then a Ginsu's, then the Wit's End, and now going for the Rage Blade, which the Rage Blade is then your burst. It's a bit of sustain, obviously, as well with the lifesteal, but yeah, that is where your burst damage is coming through. Viger nearly one-shots the Brand, doesn't manage it, though. I think he missed his spell before his ultimate. And again, there's stuff happening to the right, ignore it, go for the tower. That again, objective. You know, it's weird to say, but objectives and farm, a lot of the time in these pro games that we're watching, and even in Worlds, objectives and farm goes above kills. Because objectives are guaranteed income. Farm is guaranteed income. You might not get the kill. The person could flash away, and then you're wasting time. You could miss a whole minion wave, and they get away, and you didn't get the kill. But if you went for the wave, or at least you're getting guaranteed income. It's the difference. It's the pro mentality. Everything is about being consistent, and everything's about having guaranteed income. Maybe a little bit of an early ultimate, but does get the flash out the Viger. Mana is getting on the lower side for the Kayle, so I would be a little bit, you know, just concerned there. Akali from the side, if I'm honest, kind of forgot there was Akali this game. She is somewhere here, I would guess there. Yep, guess correctly. It was the only logical place for her to be. And now the grouping will begin. So the grouping of this team, all they need to do really is protect Kayle. And that isn't too difficult. When you've got a Kiana that will jump in, a Mundo that will be in the front, the Vlad that will go in, how are you really going to get to the Kayle unless there's a massive mistake? You're not going to. Where the enemy team has a lot of a harder job because, again, their range is smaller. They don't technically have a ranged auto-attacking DPS. They've got a melee assassin, a melee bruiser. Yeah, they've got Viger, who is arguably their biggest chance of winning the game. Then they've got a Garen. Like, how's he going to get to people with the slows, with everything? He's just not going to. And that's where, again, like I said earlier, you need... Whoa, just survives. You need a good team comp to make this work. That's where you need the... Weird to say, you need the Tristana mid, or you need an Ezreal mid, or something like that to balance the comp out. And obviously what this solo queue game shows is the red team does not have the balanced comp. And, you know, No Way did a great job with a great AD carry that had an even lane. Maybe No Way could have carried. It was just too big so far of an advantage between the bot lane. So if we look into the gold right now, Kayle 14.3, Garen's not even at 7,000 yet. Mid lane, Viger's got advantage. Top lane, Akali's got advantage. Jungle, Lee Sin's behind 2,000 gold. And then bot lane also behind about 1,000, no, not even 400 gold. So the clear difference this came, very clear. Well, actually, you know, oh my god, it is. Kayle is double Garen's gold. Legit double. Not even 7,000 gold, over 14,000. Kayle is double Garen's gold at 25 minutes. That is absolutely insane. Ignite comes down by Yuumi. Doesn't commit to the kill. No Way will go down. Does get caught out, I guess, by the Qiyana. Qiyana will probably be happy with that trade. 2 kills are going to happen because the Yuumi was on the Lee Sin. And now that makes Teddy 12, 5, 13. We're now pushing into the enemy base. Infernal Dragon is alive. I would presume Mundo's going to go over and get that while the rest of them push. But yeah, very, very impressive. It's been interesting to watch a Kayle. You know, if people say, what is my honest opinion? Do you like Kayle bot lane? I'm interested in it. Again, I don't know if I'd play it myself. I do think it's situational. You know, there are such picks in League of Legends. Like there's the Garen legit just can't get to anything. I don't think this would work against the likes of a Kai'Sa, a Lucian, a Caitlyn. I genuinely don't see how it would work. It would get with good players, it would get way too bullied in the early game. I legit think this is a precise counter pick. You're playing the Garen bot lane, which, you know, there was hints of people playing it in the last couple of weeks. You know, even in the UK pro scene, people started to play it. So there's been rumours of people playing it. And I legit think some teams have probably kind of gone, this is the counter. Because what does Kayle want? Kayle wants scaling. She's a hyper carry late game scaling champion. You're giving her a free lane. She's now level 16, so she gets even more damage or whatever she gets nowadays. So yeah, you're giving her a free lane. Garen, oh, sorry, lovely ult by Brand. Damage continuing. Can continue here because Mundo's tanking. No Way does get a nice cage. Attacks, again, look at the perfect attack moving. Between every single movement, there is an attack. Every single time. That's what you want to see. Again, whether it be an AD carry or something like Kayle, that's how you play these type of champions. Perfect attack moving. Brand getting caught out over to the side, does flash away. Akali probably not going to get anything. And now they're moving on to the base. Akali probably does look like she wants something, but now, look at the Kayle auto-attack damage. She is not reliant on her abilities now. She is completely going for just damage with auto-attacks. Qiyana will get herself a double kill, and that does look like it's going to be the game. And yeah, just this unfortunate Garen has got hard counter-picked. And that is probably going to be something to do with this title. Teddy on... We'll probably say AD carry Kayle. I know she's building AP, but that's the role in my head. AD carry is that role. And yeah, the counter to Garen Yuumi bot lane. I think that's what more this pick is, if we had to kind of say. So I don't think you're going to see Kayle bot lane. Well, you might see it in solo queue of people not understanding the pick, but I legitimately think it's only there as a counter to Garen and Yuumi, because you're giving the Kayle a free lane to scale into a hyper game late game phase. Because again, if we look at the end, she has 17,000 gold versus 17.5. At 27 minutes, she has more than double of the Garen gold. She is over 100 farm ahead. And how many times, let's face it, how many times did the Garen actually get on top of them in bot lane? Not many. You can count it probably with a single hand. And I will say, because some people are like, oh, this is just Huzzy Garen hating. No. This is nothing. Like, you can play Garen if you want to. That's fine. I don't like the champion. But this is what you're witnessing in this, is that there's not many of them in League of Legends. This is actually what I would call a hard counter. So this here, Garen Yuumi got kind of picked off. Oh, if we pick this into mages like Syndra, Garen can tank a Syndra and they can kill a Syndra. That's kind of the idea of it, from what I've seen. It's good against mage bot lanes. So that was devised against mage bot lanes. This Kayle bot lane is a hard counter against that. So that's what it is. It's just a hard counter, and it was wonderful to see. Not many mistakes, high farm, wonderful 3v1 triple kill. You know, only just, you know, cancelled on auto. So again, another example of a pro player that has near perfect mechanics, farming crazy well, objective focused. So yeah, a wonderful game to watch. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, throw a like on the video. I think we'll do one more game of Teddy, but we'll watch him playing a traditional AD carry to compare it to the likes of Uzzy, Double Lift, and Sneaky, the other AD carries that we've watched so far. But yeah, if you are enjoying these pros, spectates, throw a like on the video. It does help out. Comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.